Today we'll be reacting to Omizi. DoorDash girl lied about everything. If those that don't know haven't caught up with the DoorDash girl, she filmed a TikTok of this guy at his house. Apparently, he was naked, meat showing everything. She, of course, is freaked out, claims she was a victim. TikTok banned her, filed a police report. Police did nothing. And apparently, she got arrested for recording without unsolicited. I don't know what it was. I forgot, but let's get into it.
So DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. They have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working. And they deactivated me.
You guys remember the viral DoorDash girl from about a month ago who claimed to be essayed while doing a delivery? She stated that as she walked up to the door to make the delivery as instructed by the person ordering food, she noticed that the guy was on the couch, seemingly passed out while he had his pants down to his ankles. Now in the video, it stated that a man named Austin orders DoorDash, selects the option to have the order left at the door, sees his DoorDasher, me, has a female name, falls asleep on the couch with his pants down and the door wide open. Now where the woman messed up is not only did she put his name out there, but she also put his address and what his home looked like. Also the fact that he was naked, she displayed that online, and that's wrong. And not just wrong from a moral standpoint, but literally illegal. And that's why today she is locked up somewhere, because she has recently been arrested after getting hit with 2 felony charges: unlawful surveillance and dissemination of surveillance images. Now reports say that according to authorities, the woman's story did not align with the evidence, while what began as a call for justice has escalated to a criminal case. Internet users are still grappling to understand the twist in this story. It goes on to say, according to the police account, the suspect, a 23-year-old woman named Levi Rose Henderson, visited a customer's address on October 12th to deliver food in a contactless drop-off manner. However, she proceeded to open the closed entrance door and went inside.
She opened it, allegedly. Wow. She opened the door.
Found the customer asleep on the couch, wearing his trousers down. She recorded the incident, but later posted the blurred footage of the act on TikTok, claiming she was sexually assaulted. Now, this would contradict everything that she said in the beginning, and a lot of us, myself included, fell for the okie doke. Hell, I remember there was a video where somebody actually went to the guy's house, and then they took pictures of the house, and there was no Ring camera there. But the report and the accounts from the officers are saying otherwise. However, footage from the Ring camera revealed that the customer did not invite her inside. The detectives later determined that he was not intentionally exposing himself, nor was there any evidence of sexual assault. On November 10th, she was arrested for charges related to 2 Class E felonies: unlawful surveillance, as well as the dissemination of unlawful surveillance images. That just means distributing the images that were taken during the unlawful surveillance, so the video online. Now, these aren't just some light charges that are like community service slap on the wrist. Each of these charges apparently have up to 4 years of prison tied to them, which I ain't gonna lie, at that point, I'm snitching. It don't even matter if it's something snitch worthy. I'm finding something to snitch on. 8 years in prison is absolutely insane. Now, if you got your bingo cards out, the report states that she did illegally enter this man's dwelling and take pictures of him while he was in a vulnerable state. So if you had your money down for she did a B&E and broke into his house, then hey, you get the money. Don't have to wait and see if the Ring camera footage actually does come out, if she actually gets hit with these charges. But I believe that there are 2 things about this situation that are extremely interesting. The ability to galvanize the internet about your story, about your plight, about your issue is extremely powerful. I know a lot of people gravitated towards this story for a lot of the reasons why a lot of people would gather towards this story. Young white girl, damsel in distress, playing on the heartstrings of victims in the past. I think my biggest takeaway from this situation is that there is a continuous misinformation and disinformation loop that exists on the internet. Now, as it seems right now, she herself is the start of the disinformation loop. But at this point in 2025, all we have to live off of are videos. We can't take words seriously anymore. And even those videos can be, corrupted and distorted. Now, look, I'm not saying that I'm above the madness. I too jump into the fire like the rest of the crowd. But throughout this whole cycle, it was interesting seeing how many people were ready to jump out on a ledge, put out a cropped image, say that something that existed that actually didn't exist existed in order to spin their narrative about this young girl and her situation. The sad part about it is it's actually so easy to be deceived on this internet, and it's even more harder to find the truth. This generation is supposed to have access to information fast, but that doesn't always mean that it's good. And it also doesn't help when even the creator themselves is saying stuff that has holes in it, flaws in it, doesn't line up with this, that, and the third story. It makes it to where even in the follow-up videos, you have to question what they're saying.
I have obtained irrefutable proof that the door was already wide open when I arrived to the customer's house.
Are you sure about that?
But due to its importance, I cannot post that proof at this time.
Now, I know everybody's looking to jump and pile on this woman, and hey, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you, rightfully so, because in a lot of her videos, she does say some things that are out of pocket and crazy.
I was kicked out of this apartment 6 months ago. Nobody is currently living in it. How did I get in? That's a secret I'll never tell. I just want to say that a fucking MILF just dropped off my McDonald's. Thank you, Sue. You have my address. Come back sometime. Come back when your shift's over.
Now, about this situation, whether you're on the winning side, the losing side, or you just stayed neutral, what is very interesting to me is that there was a lot of misinformation and disinformation about the situation. I saw a bunch of random tweets popping up on the timeline claiming that they knew the guy in the house and that he does have a Ring doorbell camera and that they knew to talk to the guy. They talked to the actual man in question. And let's not forget about the slew of videos that came out surrounding the situation, depicting there being some sort of a Ring camera doorbell, door knock-in type situation going on.
There's Ring footage from the DoorDash video, watch. Okay, so if you somehow haven't heard the news by now, allegedly people on the internet claim that the man on his couch in his own house has Ring camera footage of the whole situation going on, which has people outraged.
That's AI.
But
That's
probably
AI.
the craziest thing about this whole situation is everybody keeps flip-flopping on whose side they're actually on. Personally, I did the same thing. First I was defending her, then I wasn't, then I was again, and I'm just all over the place. Now, I've done a lot of research about this, and I actually couldn't find the footage anywhere or the man talking about where the footage is. Now, this could just be another thing where the internet just spreads rumors for attention, but the DoorDash girl hasn't uploaded for a week on her page, which has people questioning what's going on with her.
I just think that it's interesting to note that people are so invested in this situation, they're willing to go so far to prove their point that they're even generating Sora fake AI videos to prove that this girl broke into the house.
Leave the food by the door. No, I'm going in. I am the victim! I am the victim! I am the victim!
Leave the food on the door?
Oh, we're cooked.
Nah, I'm going in now.
I am the victim! I am the victim!
These aren't even good AI videos. Now, you and I, as trained AI viewers on this channel, which I've got to do more AI videos, because every time I text my mom, she like falls for some sort of AI scandal. It's a process, chat. It's a process. You've got to hold the hand of the elderly, because people are falling for this actual content. They are thinking that this is real. And whether it turns out to be the actual depiction or not the depiction, the question is, why are people so ready to put this disinformation and misinformation out there in order to get a win in the conversation? As stuff started to come out, I felt like I was almost in a CIA Black Mirror episode with how much to bat people were going for these different individuals. And on the flip side of the AI videos that were in defense of the man who was naked on the couch, there was also disinformation and misinformation put out in an attempt to protect the woman in this situation who claimed she was the SA victim.
Again, I can't say for certain if that is true or not. Now here's a picture of Austin and what he looks like. And yes, I did blur out somebody who was with him because that is not right to put her in the picture. But I did end up finding his Facebook, and it was from the same town that he is in, and everything tracks. Now I did end up finding his Twitter as well, and he has not posted anything on the whole situation. Now lastly, Casey had said that there was a case on Austin. And as you can see, there was a case with Austin. I blurred out his last name because I don't want to dox anybody, but he did have a case for disorderly conduct. Now, looking more into the case, you can actually see that he was in trouble for indecent exposure, but since it was his first time, it got moved down to disorderly conduct.
And see, this is where I step out of the conversation. I don't know what type of day and age we're in, but the stuff that I'm seeing that people are willing to believe disinformation, misinformation, AI videos, fake content, etc., in order to prove their point, to get their shit off, is really, really strange and unbelievable. I get it. You get some sort of instant gratification in the moment of being on the right side of history, but I promise you, there is no scorecard for Chatter 707. There's no scorecard for X creator when it comes to who's right or who's wrong on these different things.
That's the thing, and also, whenever some like allegations or stuff like this, people will pick a side not because they actually think that's better. They do it just to be on the right side of history. And no matter how wrong they've been proved, they'll still defend it till the end of time, bro. It's ridiculous.
Ultimately, we have to check, and this is just another time, and I'm not saying that I'm not like totally blaming this in this conversation, but this is another time where we have to check what we are putting out there, check what's being pushed to the forefront. I bring up those obviously bad AI videos in this conversation because I saw big TikTok creators actually put that shit on their page and pose it as real video. Forget if they get vindicated in December or whatever. That's not right. Like, that's just not right at all. And I know that people will be ready to jump on the bandwagon and kind of poo-poo on her for all the things that she's done in this situation, the potential lies that she's told, etc., but I will say we are creating a pretty bad environment here where people are allowed to use AI video, this much disinformation, this much misinformation in order to get their shit off about any sort of actual situation. It's an evil world we live in, man. Woo.
Hey, don't you dare play that video. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Thank you. You fucking... Anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I got nothing else to say. I will see y'all later. Peace.